You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am Marshall Green. In today's video, we're going to react to some NFL schedule leaks. That's the best I can call it, a leak. I'm not saying it is true. I am not saying it is untrue. But I do have a feeling that it could be true, and we'll talk about that more in a second, as the schedule is supposed to come out in about 5 days or so. But if you want the Giants to make the playoffs this year, hit that thumbs up icon for me in the chat. If you want the Giants to make the playoffs, hit that thumbs up icon and let's dive into it. The NFL is expected to release their schedule for all 32 teams across the National Football League on the 15th of this month. So in a couple of days, they are expected to release the schedule. And we're already getting some leaks coming out about what the Giants and who the Giants might end up playing. We know that the Giants have a very tough schedule this year. They got to play against some really good teams in the NFC North. Here are the 22 of 24 opponents that they will play against. You know, you're going to play the Cowboys and the Eagles and the Commanders. You got a home game against the New Orleans Saints, a home game against the Bucks, home against the Ravens, Bengals, Vikings, and the Colts. Away games against the Seahawks, Falcons, Panthers, Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. When do they play them? We don't know for sure. But the rumors that I am crediting for today's show come from @ScheduleLeaks24 on Twitter. This is an account that's been tweeting out schedule leaks for the past couple of days. I've seen an account like this in the past, and they have been right. I could not confirm that it's the same account, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I thought it would be at least fun, and I thought entertaining, to talk about who might the Giants play in Week 1. And according to Schedule Leaks 24 on Twitter, the New York Giants are hitting the road in Week 1 to play the Dallas. No, they're not playing the Dallas Cowboys. Finally, the Giants are not playing the Dallas Cowboys. Reportedly, rumors, Week 1. It's going to be the New York Giants at the Washington Commanders in Week 1, a 1 p.m. kickoff. And the Giants will get an up-close and personal look at the new era of football in Washington. New GM, new coach, new offensive coordinator, and new quarterback. Jaden Daniels, the second overall pick at LSU, the Heisman winner. He'll be under center. It'll be a new-look team. I'm also interested to see Deonte Banks matching up against Terry McLaurin again. That was a lot of fun last year. And those DBs in Washington aren't very good. And I want to see Malik Neighbors tear them up. Other rumors suggest that the New York Giants will be playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 2, Thursday Night Football. Saquon Barkley, I can't wait. Saquon Barkley's crying on Twitter, bro, it's been 3 months. A dude can't even go to a basketball game. Wait until you show up to MetLife. I'm not sure if this is in Philly or in New Jersey, but wait till you show up to MetLife. You think Giants fans are mad when you go to a Sixers game and you root for the Sixers? You haven't even put on an Eagles jersey. Wait till you do. Quit with the crying. Quit with the crying. Unbelievable. He's already becoming just like an Eagle. Spam the chat. Spam the chat. F26, man. I'm tired of this fraud. Oh, once a Giant, always a Giant. It means so much for me to be a Giant in my legacy. Day 1 of free agency signs with the Philadelphia Eagles. No respect. No respect. F26 in the chat. Let's go. Week 3, reportedly the Giants are going to be hosting the Cincinnati Bengals in that 1 p.m. slot. You get to see Cool Joe Burrow against this New York Giants defense. Some really good players for the Bengals, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. That'll put a test to the young Giants defensive backs. I'm excited for that one. Going to be a tough game. And these are your first 3 games. You got the Commanders, you got the Eagles, and the Bengals. You better come ready to play out the gate, or you're going to get punched in the mouth, and you might be 0-3 before you wake up. You're going to be waking up in Germany, though, in Week 5 as the New York Giants travel across the pond to play Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. So the New York Giants back overseas playing a football game in Germany. Always fun when your team does that. You wake up early Sunday morning, you get to eat some pancakes and have some coffee and watch your team play. And you get to see Marsh early on your screens on Sunday doing a watch party. That'll be a lot of fun. But the Giants, reportedly, Week 5, going to Germany to play Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. A primetime game in Week 8 is in store for Big Blue with Lamar Jackson facing off against, in Week 8, will it be Drew Lock? Will it be Daniel Jones? Or could it be Tommy Cutlets? But Week 8, Monday Night Football, according to the leaks, the Giants will be playing the Baltimore Ravens. Another tough game. And look, you're playing the AFC North here. Maybe the best division in football. Those are all going to be tough. And you got another AFC North opponent in Week 10, Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns heading to Cleveland to play them. That's a game that will be tough. It'll come down to the wire. Browns are a really good football team. They're loaded with talent on offense and defense. Add Jerry Jeudy this offseason. Deshaun Watson, another a year in that system. I'm sure that he is going to be a little bit more comfortable there. It's a winnable game. I do. And it'll be the game right before the bye week. It'll be the last game you have before the bye week. So you have that game against the Cleveland Browns, and then you got your bye week in Week 11. Another game I had reportedly been told is going to happen is the second matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that will be Week 16. We do not know if that game is in Philly or in New Jersey, just like we do not know if the Week 2 game is in Philly or New Jersey. But the second time the Giants will play the Eagles is in Week 16. I'm curious to see who's going to be playing for the Eagles in Week 16 on that offense. And then Week 17, your second matchup against the Washington Commanders. So you get the Commanders in Week 1, then in Week 17, according to the leaks, and then you get the Eagles in Week 2 and the Eagles in Week 16. Unfortunately, I didn't see any leaks, or when I talked to the person, I didn't get them any information from them telling me when the Giants might play the Dallas Cowboys. And that's a little bit disappointing. You always want to know when you get to play Dallas. But as of right now, we do not know. But with the schedule being released on the 15th of May, we'll find out in just a couple of days. Speaking of the Cowboys, and speaking of the Eagles, and speaking of the Commanders, which team in the NFC East do you hate the most? I think it's all relative to where you grew up. I grew up in Houston, Texas. I work now in Dallas, Texas. So I hate these dudes. I also hate these dudes. And these dudes haven't really been all that good in my lifetime, so I don't really care about them too much. So between the Eagles and between the Eagles and Cowboys, for me, what do you think? What team do you hate more in the NFC East? Got a couple more schedule notes to get to, but first, I got to tell you guys about how you need to get your Malik Neighbors jersey for Week 1. Go to chatsports.com/neighbors. That's chatsports.com/neighbors and get yourself a brand new New York Giants Malik Neighbors jersey. He's not wearing number 1, as number 1 is retired. He is supposedly sharing number 9 with Graham Gano. That cannot happen in the regular season. Maybe Gano switches his number, but once the jersey number is official, they will start shipping out these jerseys. Get yours today, chatsports.com/neighbors. So that's all the games that we have leaked for the Giants that we got from that Twitter account. So we've got Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 5, Week 8, Week 10, Week 11, Week 16, Week 17. But we already know who the Giants are going to play. It just comes down to when and at what time and on what network. But we do know the Giants right now, based off of last year's successive teams, the Giants have the tied for the 6th hardest schedule in the NFL. You play in the NFC Beast and you play the AFC North. It's going to be tough. You look at the combined record and the combined winning percentage of the teams that the Giants are playing this upcoming year. The teams that they're playing last year went 149 and 140, and they have a winning percentage of 516. So it's going to be tough. Giants play some good football teams. And let's just be honest with ourselves. The Giants do not have a loaded roster. The Giants, in my opinion, have a bottom 12 roster in this league right now, and I think that's being nice. And you know what? I love this team just as much as you guys, but it's also my job to be an analyst and give you the cold, hard facts. And I just don't think this is a loaded roster. So how are the Giants going to win football games? That's what everybody wants to know. How are the Giants going to stack W's in 2024? It's going to look a lot like 2022. Run the football. Be effective on first down. Take care of the football. Be effective in the red zone. Play complementary football. The winning recipe for the Giants this year is going to look very similar to the winning recipe that they had in 2022 when they were able to get to the playoffs and win a playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings. Tough, grind it out, smart, winning plays, complimentary football, key on third down, good on first down, and good in the red zone. That's how you win when you are not the more talented team. But all that does not matter unless Daniel Jones has a good season. If Daniel Jones has a good year, Giants are going to be good. Daniel Jones has a bad year, he's going to be playing his last games as a New York Giant quarterback. I'm rooting for Daniel Jones. Do I believe he's a Super Bowl quarterback? No. Do I believe he's a franchise quarterback? No. But you can bet your bottom dollar that when week 1 gets here, number 8 is under center, I'm going to be rooting for him to win football games because I'm a fan of the New York Giants. And the best way for the Giants to be good is for Daniel Jones to be good. And they need him to. You added weapons on the outside. You added offensive linemen. I don't want to hear the excuses anymore. At some point, you got to overcome your circumstance. You can't always be a victim to your circumstance. And when you're picked number 6 overall, you should be able to make people around you a little bit better. And I'm hoping and praying he does that this year. The odds makers out west have the New York Giants win total this year for 6.5 wins. They don't think they're very good. 6.5 wins. Do you think they'll win more or less? Type O for over if you think they win over 6.5 games, or U for under if they win less than 6.5 games. Predict it for me in the chat. And make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG. I'm trying to up my game. I need you to show me some love over there. So hit me up over there, and let's go Big Blue.